The good, the bad, the ugly on the way here. I've been watching this a couple of times this week. I had heard about it, and it's the first time it's ever happened on Jeopardy, the game show. There's a champion on there now named Jason Singer. He's won 2 nights in a row. His wife was a Jeopardy champion a few years ago. And I never could figure out. I've read articles about it. I saw a little news piece about it. I don't know if she was a champ before they got married or while they were married. But anyway, he's the new champion. His name is Jason Singer. Her name is Susan McMillan. And the two of them were at a watch party the first night where he did win. And, you know, everybody was behind them cheering for him and everything. They're from Maine, and they were up in Maine at a bar and grill. And they interviewed the two together.
To do something that my wife did and share this accomplishment with her is really cool.
I had such an amazing experience, and so I was really glad that Jason got to share in that too, and I'm so proud of him.
Susan McMillan, a former winner, makes them the first married couple in the history of Jeopardy to both be champions. And when he does his final Jeopardy, you know, last night I noticed he wrote down #BringBackSusan, which is his wife. You know, kind of funny. That he was doing that. Well, he almost lost last night, too. What would you do in this situation? Okay. He was playing as the champ, of course. And then the guy on the other end, the challenger, they both finished with exactly the same dollar amount going into Final Jeopardy. So I told my wife, I just bet it all and think, I mean, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, I'm going to lose. You know, that's just how it is. If I get it right.
So your options are bet $1, $0, or everything? Yeah. Or everything but $1?
Yeah, well, there was a player in the middle who had a little less than half of what they had, so it's
could not overtake.
Okay,
she couldn't overtake, but see, if they'd both bet the max because they were tied and both missed, and she got it right,
then boom,
then she wins. Yeah. I even said to my wife, you know what I would do here is I would say, if I were the challenger, I'd say to the champ, hey, let's both bet 0, then we can't lose, and we'll both come back tomorrow with our $14,000.
When are you going to have this conversation on the set?
Yeah, like
commercial break. During the commercial break.
What
before Final Jeopardy.
So you have to kind of lean past those little barrier things and be like, psst.
Yep.
Psst.
And
splitsies.
Yeah, let's go splitsies. Let's
collude.
Because when they tie, they both come back and they both get the money. That's how it works. Very rarely happens. So they ended the double Jeopardy round with like 13,400, something like that. Now, the woman in the middle had like 4,800, so she couldn't catch him if they bet 0. So I would have told her, earmuff it for me for a minute, and let me talk to him. And I said, let's bet 0. So the challenger, the woman who was behind got it wrong, so she was out. The challenger got it right and bet $3,900, something like that. The champ, who you just heard, got it right and bet it all. And so he won. He doubled his cash and won.
I kind of lean the bet it all because in that moment, it's like, I just got to go for it.
Got to go for it.
Plus, too, you know, in the Jeopardy world, you have to factor in your feeling, your gut feeling about the category.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised the challenger didn't go for it all because in that moment, too, I'd say this is my chance.
Exactly.
You don't dance with the champ.
Yeah. That's right. You have to just go for it. You have to take it. If he had bet it all, they'd have both been back with double the money, you know, and they'd both be back today.
I'd be kicking myself if I was that guy.
Me too. The answer, I forget the question. I got it right. Okay. Sir Laurence Olivier put them over the top. It was like some sort of burial for British royalty or British, something British. I don't know.
Wow. It's like you're there.
You are a Jeopardy champ. Olivier, British, next. King Arthur, boom. That's all the Britons I know. Oh, yeah, Diana.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was one of the 3, wasn't it? Good story. Another person who's lived past 100 years old is giving his secret here. He's 106.
106?
106. His name, Leslie Lemon, from Buckinghamshire, credits his longevity to eating custard every single day.
Custard. That sounds like an Englishman.
Custard with rhubarb every single day.
What?
God, that sounds like a wartime meal.
Yeah, well, he was in World War II.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah. So he says, got in the habit then and have it every single day. Married his wife Doreen in 1944, had 3 children. He retired.
During the war?
Yeah, 1944, yeah. Then retired in 1979. She passed 20 years ago. He's 106.
Wow.
Is this one of those cases where the English have a different word for something we have in the U.S.? Because I mean, when I think of custard, I think of a dessert.
So do I. Must be something else.
I don't know.
Well, isn't rhubarb kind of a dessert for them too?
Rhubarb custard? I mean, isn't that a? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's rhubarb pie is a thing in the U.S.
Yeah, yeah. He says custard and taking things in stride, not getting too worked up over things, has helped him live to be 106. And by the way, he's on 0 medication. None.
Wow.
At age 106.
It says in England, custard is a popular dessert sauce, often served warm or cold with various dishes.
Like over top of like cake or something else?
Yeah, so I wonder if he has the rhubarb and he's pouring custard over it.
Sounds like it is a sugary thing.
It's creme anglaise.
Creme anglaise, yeah.
Yes.
He says, I have a proud love of custard, and it's gotten me through with no medication. Biggie, how many pills do you take?
A day?
Yeah.
Well, I'm fighting with the insurance on pain meds right now. They're really making me feel like an addict just because I want some relief.
You're not doctor shopping, are you?
No, but I see how it starts.
Right, yep.
Let's see. So this in the morning I take 2. I take the 2 in the evening. 5, that's 1 in the afternoon. So 5 each day that I have to take.
And you're fighting for a couple more.
Yeah, I want some pain meds, but they're headed back and forth with the local pharmacy last night.
I'm cheering for you.
And
are you advocating on your own behalf, or do you have an agent?
No, I'm advocating on my own, but I also have the agent saying I gave them everything they need, and the pharmacy saying, no, we can't do it now.
Oh.
They said we gave you what they call some grace fills, but now the insurance has to...
Maybe with the passage of Trump's big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
Well, what I like is I said, well, I haven't been using the insurance to pay for it. I've just been paying cash for it. And she goes, yeah, but you still have to have insurance needs a reason on why you were on this. And I said, but my
knee hurt.
I said my orthopedic sent everything.
Yeah.
I said, no, but it's got to be additional. Of course, this is where it comes in. No, we need additional forms from now from the insurance, and your orthopedic has to send them. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
We've known you how many years? 10? 11?
Closer to 20.
Right.
Can't be right.
Okay.
Have you ever had an interaction with a medical professional go smoothly?
No.
Since we've known him, has he ever told us a story? Yeah, went to the doctor. He did this. I got that.
Yeah.
I feel better.
That's a good point.
Not one single time.
That's true.
Are you the problem?
He's right.
I don't think I am.
Common denominator here.
Are you the toxic one?
Are you the...
I'd go to my physician and say he'd defend me and say no. Now, the man has been my physician for 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's probably the one I trust the most. He's always on my side. But he is like, I can't basically give you the pain meds because you have an orthopedic now that's handling your knee issues.
He's got to be the one.
He has to be the one to do this.
I see.
And the orthopedic office is saying, well, we sent it in. It's fine by us.
Is it because pain meds are so tightly controlled?
Yes, because I'm on, although it's a low, like the lowest of the low, it's still considered an opiate.
I see.
But I said, well, how do these people get 500 oxy?
And where can I get those?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting, I'm getting 15 tramadol every 3 weeks.
You need more. You need something else.
Yeah.
You know, you need a little something.
This is not helping.
Kill that pain. It leads right into the it was Lindsey Graham was arguing for the big, beautiful bill. And part of that there's a lot of health care involved there. And, of course, keeping illegals out of the country, the border security and all that. It's the first time I've ever seen this happen. Lindsey Graham apparently was arguing about border security and why this bill was so good. They're still trying to pass it now in the House of Representatives. They got it passed in the Senate. And their version of it, Lindsey Graham was arguing for, and he ran out of time. So the president of the Senate said, "You're
Wrap
done.
it up.
You're done." And he was still right in the middle of it.
Senator's time's expired. This bill fixes that and a bunch of other stuff. Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
I had made graphs and charts and posters and everything, you guys. That's just rude.
He was standing in front of a big graph.
Yeah.
I had markers, y'all.
Time's expired. This bill fixes that and a bunch of other stuff. Thanks.
That's all I can say.
Oh, Lindsey.
You know, I saw Lindsey and the president playing golf together the other day. And because, of course, President Trump is trying to get everybody on his side for this bill for the vote. And I thought to myself, if that was me, I'd switch out senators every, 3 holes.
Good idea.
Like if I would say,
Yeah.
just to cover a lot of ground and still enjoy golf,
Yeah.
I'd say, all right, Lindsay, your hole 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna switch out.
Get me Mark Wayne Mullins over here.
Somebody do 3, 4, 5, and you just go to 18.
Where's Murkowski? She
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
And they're golf carting, so I mean, they can just come on their own golf cart, ride with me for 3 holes, and be like, "I got your vote, right?"
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have some worries about. Don't worry, it's fine. I got your vote, right? All right, beat it.
Get Tom Tillis on a par 5. I need more time with
Tillis
him.
is-
I need more time with
Twist
him.
his arm.
You know what I give Tillis
His
is
cart might roll into the leg. I don't know.
yeah. You know what Tillis got? Tillis got the finger at the turn.
Yeah.
As he rode by. You want a hot dog, sir? Nope. Just gonna give Tillis the finger.
And then Tillis quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it there. Bad story. This is the second time. I literally thought we had already seen this, but it's a different person now. A woman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, faces several legal charges after leading police on a high-speed chase in her car while she had her baby in the back seat in a car seat.
Last time it was a dude.
Yeah, it was a
with
guy.
his girlfriend's baby.
Guy had his girlfriend's baby in the back seat in his Dodge Charger on a highway
Florida?
in Florida, and Biggie said he's been on that highway and it's not right, but he understands it. I mean, just going along with traffic, you're going 90.
Exactly. Exactly.
That guy was going 115.
Mm-hmm.
People were very upset with him. You remember a lot of they got reaction from
Man on street.
the town, and the people were not happy.
I drive pretty fast myself, Everybody does. Everybody goes, but 110, especially endangering somebody else's life, I think that is outrageous.
Of course, it's
That
outrageous.
is whack.
They went up to people and said, "A man just drove 115 miles per hour, 110 miles per hour
React.
with a baby."
I seen people fly past me at 110. There's no way nobody's surviving that, especially a little kid. The bones are real fragile and they're real.
Yeah, fragile bone.
That's my favorite.
It's fragile boned.
Bones are fragile.
That's right. They can survive it.
Beating up a few.
Now, this woman, Sierra Van
They don't put
Cannon.
up a fight at all.
No, they don't. No. Sierra Van Cannon, well, she was in a 2012 Chevy Camaro. That's what she was.
Okay.
driving. Okay.
Oh.
Ohio.
Another muscle car.
Child is 1 year old, just turned 1.
Strapped in or just loose?
In a car seat. Yeah, not loose. Too fragile. Can't do it. Can't do it. The bones are too fragile.
That's insane. That is, child endangerment to the max.
Yeah, forget it.
Max.
Yeah.
With a book, both of them. She's in custody, and she's been
I'm
charged.
sure she don't have a license.
She did not have a license.
Of course not.
Charged
No.
with
Or insurance.
reckless endangerment, no insurance, and no license. That's right. Boy, you got that right earlier this week too. You guessed the make of the car,
Yeah.
which was a Dodge Charger. This time it's a Chevy Camaro.
Yeah.
She was driving. Also a fast car,
Yeah.
muscle car.
Yeah, now, if somebody's really going fast on the highway or around me, I just automatically assume that they don't have a license or insurance, and I should just do my best to stay away.
Oh yeah, get
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah.
Pull out of the way.
100% right. Ugly story today. 19-year-old girl Lisa Henderson in Russellville, Alabama, electrocuted Sunday, being struck by lightning at her home on Oakville Drive. She was sitting on her porch, her screened-in porch, holding her phone. The phone was plugged in, being charged. And the lightning struck the phone. Yeah, lightning struck phone and her and went up through her hands. Here's her description.
I heard the lightning strike. Then after that, I heard a loud pop. After the loud pop, all I heard was ringing in my ear.
She couldn't get away from the ringing, and when
Did it knock her to the ground?
it did, and they called an ambulance for her, and when she got in the ambulance, she couldn't tell them how old she was. She's 19, but she was thinking she was 17 or 18 and couldn't remember it. She said she's lucky to be alive.
It felt like stinging and stuff from my fingers to here. It felt like I stuck a fork in a light socket. And after that, I couldn't comprehend things, and I just started crying for 5 minutes straight.
She cried for 5 minutes straight, and somebody said, "We better call 911." They decided.
Did I tell you to get off your phone?
Yeah, she threw her phone. She threw her phone to the ground, and she said, "I still use my phone, but every time I pick it up now, I think about the lightning strike." This happened.
You get a new one from T-Mobile?
I think you should. I think you should get a new one.
So.
Yeah.
From T-Mobile. I
You
do.
put her in an ad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite. This is a good turnout for this story. This turned out okay. The best lightning story we've ever had on our air was when a woman who had been struck by lightning and was in a coma for some time
Oh, yeah.
woke up, and they were able to talk to her. The local news went to get an interview with her. Unfortunately, there was a glitch, and the anchor, we think, handled this brilliantly. Remember, the woman had been in a coma after being struck by lightning.
A Boise, Idaho woman is considered a medical miracle. Laura Esterman was struck by lightning nearly a month ago, and she was considered officially dead. Thankfully, CPR from her mom revived her heart, but she laid in a coma for 2 weeks, and then she defied all odds and woke up.
I should buy
Well, obviously, there's a problem with that tape. She doesn't really sound like that. She doesn't remember the accident, but the evidence is clear. I am so sorry. Laura's learning to walk again after the lightning burned her legs, and we'll have more on that story and hopefully get that tape fixed for you.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Worst timing or best timing of maybe ever for glitch in the tape.
Well,
and the anchor, really like a pro.
Oh,
very well done. Here's a trivia question for you guys. Do you know the answer? Percentage of people who survive being struck by lightning. I looked this up last week.
I'm going to say high.
I'm going to say higher than I would have thought. I'll say 60%.
60% people who are struck by lightning live.
85.
It's 90.
90%.
Wow. 90%.
It's incredible, really, isn't it?
It is.
Because you'd think, they told her, by the way, the 19-year-old, she's lucky it didn't go to her heart, because that's, of course, you get a jolt through your heart, that's it. But it went through her, hands, because she was holding the phone. Big Tex knows something about this. Big Tex.
Yeah, Kelly, I was 13 years old, and we were at a Holiday Inn in an outdoor covered pool, and it was lightning in the background a little bit. And so I just crawled out the pool and walked to the edge, and I was standing there looking up, and lightning struck the corner of the hotel, and it kind of split, and one of those little bolts hit me, I guess, and I turned around and felt just kind of real funny, and couple people started running toward me, and my mom and dad were actually in the room, so they didn't know anything about it. And I got to smelling stuff and looking around, and all my fingernails is weird. My fingernails and toenails were completely black and smoking. I guess that's where the lightning left my body.
Whoa,
but,
dang.
My pants, my shorts were smoking, and you could smell. When you burn your hair or something like that. Yeah, it was awful. It was the worst smell ever. But yeah, it was weird. It blew all my fingernails black and charred all my toenails black.
Wow.
And but other than that, I was fine. They had someone check me out. I don't know if it was a doctor. Like I said, I was 13.
Oh, are you nervous now when storms are around?
Yeah, when it's lightning outside, I don't go outside. I'm inside.
You can blame
if I am, I run in the truck, get in, and I don't move until it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm pretty scared about it. I don't play with that stuff anymore.
Black toenails, black fingernails.
Kept those, by the way. Keep painting them black.
Oh yeah, why not? I mean,
go full golf.
Did you show? Yeah, exactly. It's a lightning strike. Maybe I got struck by lightning. That's why my toenails look so bad. Earlier this week, my toenails on full.
You don't remember being struck by lightning?
I don't.
That's what they say happens.
That's what they say happens. You don't remember it, and your toenails turn black, and they're all misshapen and crooked.